Hey dudes, SilviteSoltis here, back with another classic video for you. Gold is the lifeblood of classic WoW. Whether you're working toward your epic mount, stocking up on raid consumables, or just building a horde for a rainy day, consistently having gold is key. There are many different ways to farm gold, including dungeons, professions, and playing the auction house. But if you're newer to the game, it might be a bit intimidating to jump into these. So, if you're a solo player who's looking to just start with some farming on your own, this video is for you. Today I'll be sharing 10 excellent gold farming locations that are efficient, repeatable, and perfect for all kinds of players. As always, if you enjoy the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more classic content in the future. But for now, let's jump right into it. Here are 10 great gold farming spots in classic WoW. Some quick tips before you start. First, empty your bags of any non-essential items. More bag space means more gold. Second, have a suitable spec for the farm you choose to do. This is much cheaper and easier to do with dual spec on the 2024 anniversary realms. Finally, have your Hearthstone set to the most useful location, depending on how long and where you plan to farm. First up, the Dire Maul East Lasher Farm. DM East is a well-known and very lucrative gold farming spot. It's ideal for AoE capable classes like mages, protection paladins, and even holy priests with Holy Nova. The Lashers here drop lots of stackable gray items, herbs, and valuable green items, all with fairly limited risk and no competition. Herbalists can gather Dreamfoil and Grom's Blood in the area for extra profit as well. In general, it's fast, repeatable, and consistent. To do this farm, you first enter Dire Maul East, and then make your way to the Lashers by jumping down right to the left of the entrance. Pull packs of Lashers and use your AoE abilities to quickly burn them down. Watch out for patrols, and gather any herbs if you're an herbalist. Once done, log out and wait 5 minutes to be ported back to the entrance. Exit the instance, reset it, and repeat. Next up, Tyr's Hand. Tyr's Hand in the Eastern Plaguelands is great for classes capable of soloing elites. The Scarlet elites drop Runecloth, BOEs, and Grey Trash items, especially weapons that vendor for decent gold. Furthermore, the mobs respawn quickly. It's a great spot for melee classes like rogues, warriors, and especially hunters that excel at soloing single mobs. To do this farm, you're going to first head to Tyr's Hand in the southeast corner of the Eastern Plaguelands, fairly close to Light's Hope Chapel. Focus on clearing Scarlet Crusade elites, prioritizing solo pulls where possible. Rogues can use stealth to pick safer fights, though other classes will have to be more careful about patrolling enemies. Head back to Light's Hope to vendor trash and mail greens and BOEs to a bank alt when your bags start to fill. For this particular farm, you can keep your Hearthstone where it is, due to the close proximity to Light's Hope. Very convenient. Next on the list, Fire Plume Ridge in Ungoro. Fire Plume Ridge is quite far out compared to other farming spots, meaning there's bound to be less competition here than in other places. Farming fire elementals here gives you Elemental Fire and Essence of Fire, both of which are in high demand for crafting fire resistance gear and potions needed by raiders. This farm can be particularly great because it's one you can start even before hitting level 60, allowing you to double dip on experience and gold if you don't feel like questing their dungeons. To do this farm, simply travel to Fire Plume Ridge, located in the center of Ungoro Crater, and kill the fire elementals. If you're a miner, keep an eye out for rich thorium veins as well, as that can be an extra bonus to this farm. Next on our list is Jade Fire Run in Felwood. The Satyr camps in Felwood are fantastic for farming Fellcloth, which is an item tailors need in order to craft Mooncloth. Herbalists can also collect valuable herbs nearby, like Dreamfoil or Grom's Blood, and it's a really good farming location for solo players. To do this farm, simply travel to Jade Fire Run in northwestern Felwood and kill all the satyrs repeatedly. Focus on pulling them one at a time to avoid getting overwhelmed. Combine this farm with herbalism or corrupted flower gathering for additional profits. Note that this is a very well-known farming spot, so there might be a bit of competition. Use instant cast abilities to grab targets as they spawn if necessary. Traveling down to southwestern Kalimdor, we have the Twilight Hammer camps in Silithus. These are a great farm for a number of reasons. They're fairly weak, there are tons of them around, and these mobs respawn very quickly. They drop Twilight texts for reputation turn-ins, greens, BOEs, and more. Furthermore, the Duststormers nearby drop Essence of Air, which is an incredibly valuable item for weapon enchants. So while you're in the area, make sure to kill those as well. To do this farm, simply go to the Twilight Hammer camps in Silithus, and focus on farming the Twilight Cultists. For that extra gold, kill the Duststormers in the area to get Essence of Air. As a bonus, if you're grinding Cenarian Circle rep, this farm helps to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Next up is the Winterspring Furbolgs. The Furbolg camps in both Winterspring and Fellwood are great and well-known farming spots. Winterspring Furbolgs in particular drop Winterfall Firewater and Runecloth, both of which sell well. Farming in these locations also allow you to grind Timbermaw Hold reputation, which is an added bonus when grinding gold. There are also several treasure chests that spawn in these camps, which can hold decent trash loot and greens for additional coin. Back in original vanilla, this was the spot that I used personally to solo farm all of the gold for my epic mount. It took a while, but it was and still is steady and consistent. To do this farm, simply head to Winterfall Village or the Frostfire Hot Springs in Winterspring, and kill all of the Winterfall Furbolgs repeatedly. Look out for treasure chests, and when your bags get full, head to nearby Everlook to vendor your loot and mail any valuable items to your bank alt. Heading over to the Eastern Kingdoms now, we have the Ogres in Deadwind Pass. The Ogres here drop Mageweave Cloth, greens, and various vendor trash items. What really makes this farming spot shine compared to others is that it is rarely contested, making it a great farming spot for solo players. Though you will have to run from Darkshire or Stoner depending on your faction, it can be a great place to unwind and farm uninterrupted. To do this farm, simply head to Deadwind Pass in the Eastern Kingdoms, kill ogres in small camps, and loot their items. As always, look out for treasure chests and mining nodes or herbs nearby. Next up is another of my personal favorites, the Scarlet Monastery Graveyard. This dungeon is a very easy, low-risk farm that drops greens, cloth, and BOEs. It's particularly great for level 60 players who can clear it extremely quickly. Furthermore, if you have herbalism, this dungeon is a great source of grave moss, an important reagent for shadow protection potions. To do it, enter the graveyard wing of Scarlet Monastery. Clear out all the desired mobs, looting greens, vendor trash, and runecloth. Then reset the instance after each full clear. For faster clears, simply farm the non-elite ghosts and bosses and gather up the herbs. Sell the BOEs and herbs on the auction house, and vendor all the trash. A class with AoE capabilities can easily clear this dungeon in 3 to 5 minutes, meaning you can quickly hit the 5 runs per hour cap if you have limited time to play. All in all, it's an absolutely astonishingly great farm. Next, we have the Plaguebats spread throughout the Eastern Plaguelands. Plaguebats are non-elite mobs with high drop rates for stackable vendor trash, including evil bat eyes and large bat fangs. These can be great for sustained, steady gold. To do this farm, simply head to the northern central part of the Eastern Plaguelands where the bats roam. Kill the Plaguebats and loot their items, which sell well to vendors and leatherworkers. Avoid the elite mobs in the area, especially the patrols on the road. And if you have mining or herbalism, keep an eye out for thorium and black lotus while you travel across the map. Also, skinners should skin every bat for the leather. As an additional bonus, if you end up near one of the ponds in the zone, consider killing some of the water elementals for the essence of water, as it's an important and valuable crafting reagent. Finally, we have Ginta Allore. The trolls in Ginta Allore drop cloth, greens, and many valuable crafting reagents, making it a solid farm for level 60 players. In particular, these mobs have a chance to drop Wildvine, a rare herb used in crafting powerful potions and armor that sells very well on the auction house. This location is also very close to Reventusk Village, making it extremely convenient for horde players who can run back and forth to unload their spoils. To do this farm, travel to Ginta Allore in the hinterlands and start clearing trolls systematically. Focus on smaller pulls to maintain efficiency and to avoid being overwhelmed. Remember, these are elite mobs in a fairly confined space. Loot everything, and keep an eye out for wildvine drops, which can net you a nice chunk of gold. So, there you have it. 10 excellent solo gold farming spots in Classic WoW to help you line your pockets. Whether you're grinding for that epic mount, or stocking up on raid consumables, these spots will give you consistent results. That said, these are by no means all the locations you can grind out for coin. There are lots more that you can consider as well. So, if you have any other great solo gold farming locations, let us know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. As always, if you enjoyed this video or found it useful, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so that you don't miss out on future content. Thank you so much for watching, good luck in your gold farming adventures, and as always, take it easy guys.